Good morning, my dear students. Today let us discuss the next topic from the lesson chemical bonding. In chemical bonding, we have already discussed about few topics. Let us recollect. First one it is Lewis dot structure and electronic theory of valence. And present we are discussing about ionic bond. In our previous session, we have learned about ionic bond and we have seen the cation and anion formation. Let us see one more example today. Formation of disodium monoxide. How many atoms of sodium are present here? 2 sodium atoms. And what is the reason for 2 sodium atoms and 1 oxygen atom? Let us see. First, for formation of disodium monoxide, what we have to write? Do you remember? We have to write the cation formation and anion formation. Among these two, which is cation and which is anion? Na, sodium metal, it is cation. Write the equation here. 2Na gives rise to 2Na plus plus 2E minus. So, each sodium atom we know the electronic configuration it is 281. Sodium atom contains 1 valence electron. So, it readily loses its 1 valence electron to get the octet. So, after losing the electronic configuration is 28. So, it is stable now. Neon electronic configuration. Next. See anion formation, O2 minus, the oxide formation. How many valence electrons are there in oxygen? We know that the electronic configuration, see first write the equation, oxygen, it accepts 2 electrons. Why it is accepting? Why it has to accept the 2 electrons? See the electronic configuration, oxygen 2,6. So if it accepts 2 electrons to get the octet. So, for getting the stability, it accepts the 2 electrons from sodium and it becomes the anion. This is the helium electronic configuration with 2s2, 2p4. Whereas after accepting these 2 electrons, it possesses helium electronic configuration or 2s2 with 2s2, 2p6 shells are neon electronic configuration. Whereas neon it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. So complete the outer shell it is filled with 8 electrons. Now we know the cation formation and anion formation. What is ionic bond? The electrostatic force of attraction which keeps the cation and anion together. What happens? After coming closure the anion and cation, a neutrally charged compound will appear. The bond between these two it is called ionic bond because the bond between the cation and anion that is called ionic bond. And what's happening here? The transfer of electrons. So from sodium to oxygen the transfer of electrons is happening. Then the neutral compound. See here the formation of disodium monoxide. The compound Na2O formation from its ions. What are those ions? Na2 plus and O2 minus. So 2Na plus plus O2 minus 2 sodium atoms plus oxygen anion. Sodium is cation and oxygen is anion. So after coming closure these two, what is the new product? Na2O. So disodium monoxide is formed here. What is this charge here? Neutrally charged. This compound it is neutrally charged. And what happened here? The transfer of electrons from one ion to another ion. So the bond in between the sodium and oxygen is called ionic bond. Two Na atoms transfer 1 electron each to one oxygen atom. See here, oxygen atom requires 2 electrons. So how many electrons of each sodium atom can give? Each gives 1 electron. So 2 sodium atoms transfers 2 electrons to oxygen. 1 oxygen atom here but 2 sodium atoms. And what is forming here? To form 2Na plus and O2 minus 1 sodium cation and here oxide formation. So oxygen becomes anion. each Na plus gets neon configuration. So sodium atom, that is cation, gets neon configuration, that is stable configuration, and oxide also, here oxygen also gets neon configuration, that means stable electronic configuration. So by transferring the electrons, the two atoms possessing or attaining stable configurations. So the bond in between the sodium and oxygen is called ionic bond. Got it? These ions 2Na plus and O2 minus attract to form Na2O. So this is the reason for formation of ionic bond. Now we know how to write the bond formation between the atoms. Let us write the Lewis dot symbol for this disodium oxide. See here, how many valence electrons are there in each sodium? 1 is there. So in oxygen, how many are there? Total 6 electrons are there. How many it requires to get the stability? It requires 2. So sodium transfers its 2 electrons to oxygen. And then what happens? Sodium becomes cation. So 2 sodium atoms, it becomes 2 Na plus, and oxygen becomes O2 minus because it accepts. So it became anion. So finally the product. What is the product? Disodium oxide. So cation and anion, they come closer because of forces. What kind of forces? We have studied about those forces in the previous class. Electrostatic forces makes them come closer to form the neutrally charged compounds. The product, it is, there is no charge at all. Finally formed this product as neutral charge. This is the formation of disodium oxide, and this is the Lewis dot symbol structure. You also try to write for magnesium chloride and other two compounds. So we have learned about ionic bond. The electrostatic attractive force that keeps cation and anion together to form a new electrically neutral entity is called ionic bond. So you have to remember that the final compound, that is ionic compound, is electrically neutral. Okay, now we know how the cation are formed and anions are formed. Ions formation you have learned, but have you got the doubt how these ions are arranged? Is there any particular arrangement in ionic compounds? Until now we have discussed about magnesium chloride and disodium oxide, but we know one common ionic compound. Regularly we can see, that is we will use that one, is sodium chloride. It is a common ionic compound. We know that one. Do you got doubt like how these crystals are formed? Right, that one is sodium chloride, but how these crystals are formed, and where is the sodium and where is the chloride ion in these crystals, like that? Have you got doubt? Check that one. Okay, let us see how this sodium chloride and sodium and chloride atoms are adjusted in ionic compound sodium chloride. Electrostatic forces are non-directional. That means there is no particular direction. So it is not possible for one sodium ion to be attracted by one chloride ion. Similarly, one chloride ion cannot be attracted by one sodium ion only. So each sodium and chloride both can be attracted by many number of other oppositely charged atoms. This is the structure of sodium chloride. We know that in our kitchen sodium chloride is available, salt, common salt. Go and check the crystals. So inside those minute crystals, this kind of structure is present. Depending upon the size and charge of particular ion, number of oppositely charged ions get attracted by it. So if Na plus is attracted by some number of chloride ions, or chloride ion is attracted by a few number of sodium ions, that depends on the size of the sodium ion or size of the chloride ion, or charge of the sodium ion or charge of the chloride ion, which is in much bigger size or much negative charge or positive charge, which is having the greater charge, that can be attracted more number of oppositely charged ions, but in particular definite numbers only. See here, in sodium chloride crystal, each Na plus is surrounded by 6 Cl minus ions and each Cl minus by 6 Na plus ions. So it is in particular definite shape. That means each ion is surrounded or gets attracted with particular number of ions only. So here in NaCl, each sodium is surrounded with 6 chloride ions. Similarly, each chlorine is surrounded with 6 sodium ions. Ionic compounds in the crystalline state consist of orderly arranged cations and anions. So now you should remember that one. Each compound which is in crystalline form, if that crystal is in particular shape, means the ions are arranged, the cations and anions are arranged in orderly manner. They held together by electrostatic force of attraction, a three-dimensional method, three-dimensional way. That's why we can see the structure like this. The structure is called as face-centered cubic lattice structure. Let us see. So because of that particular arrangement of sodium and chloride ions, NaCl is said to possess face-centered cubic lattice crystal structure. Remember this one? It is a 1 mark question. Face-centered cubic lattice crystal structure. The number of ions of opposite charge that surrounded a given ion. That means if suppose in sodium chloride, the chloride ion, that is negative charge, that one surrounded surrounded with positive ion, that is sodium ions, in a given, even that given charge is opposite charge, one is positive charge and one is negative charge. That number of ions, how many it is surrounded, that number is called coordination number. How many ions are surrounded here? In sodium chloride crystal, the coordination number of sodium is 6 and that of chloride also it is 6. So Na plus is surrounded with 6 chloride ions, and similarly chloride, Cl minus chlorine also it is surrounded with 6 sodium plus ions. This number is called coordination number. Remember the definition also, and the coordination number of NaCl it is, you have to write 6. In this page, 3 1 mark questions are there and 1 2 marks question also it is there. So finally you have to remember the sodium chloride he is having the structure of face-centered cubic lattice structure. Let us see the arrangement of chlorine and sodium ions in NaCl, that is sodium chloride. The structure we call that one, it is face-centered cubic lattice structure. Sodium ions are represented in pink color and with smaller size, and chloride ions are in bigger size and in green color. So the bigger size ions, the first go and settle in that structure. See here how they occupies first. So all the corners and the middle also. Now the gaps are looks like octahedral. So these gaps, voids are nothing but octahedral. So in these gaps the chloride ion attracted the sodium ion. So sodium ions comes and fills those gaps. Those are in octahedral shape. See here, each chloride ion is surrounded by or attracted with 6 sodium ions. Similarly, each sodium ion is surrounded with 6 chloride ions. So here we can say that the coordination number is 6. So the coordination number of Na plus is 6 and Cl minus also 6 in NaCl structure. Like this. Now you know what is ionic bond and how the ions are arranged in the ionic compounds, and let us see what are the factors affects the formation of cation and anion. So For the formation of ionic bond, cation and anion are most important. What are the factors affect these cation, anion? So in previous lesson you have learnt about variation of metallic and non-metallic character of elements. Do you remember that one? How those are varying in a period and in a group. Let us recall the facts about metallic and non-metallic characters of elements. So generally elements of metals have tendency of losing electron to attain the octet in their valence shell. This one from the starting of this lesson we know that one. Metals have a tendency of losing electrons. What is the reason behind to lose those electrons? To attain the octet or to attain the stable configuration. This property is called the metallic character or electropositivity. See here, elements with more electropositive character form cations. So metals forms cations. Simply you have to remember this one. Similarly, non-metals like oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, all these acquires electronic configuration of elements of inert gases. How? By attracting or by gaining electrons. So this property is called the non-metallic character or electronegativity. So here elements with more electronegative character form anions. We know this one. Next one. What are the factors? Let us see. The factors are very simple and easy. We have studied about these factors in the previous lesson, classification of elements in the periodic table. If you remember those, all the factors and conditions, it is easy for you. First condition it is, can you guess what are the reasons here? The first condition, ionic bond is formed between the atoms of elements with electronegativity difference equal to or greater than 1.9. If the electronegativity between these two atoms it is greater than or equal to 1.9, then the ionic bond will form. What are the remaining factors? See here, atomic size, ionization potential and electron affinity, and final one it is electronegativity. Here electronegativity plays a major role here. Do you remember all these factors, atomic size, ionization potential, how these influence the cation and anion formation? So atomic size, just now we have seen in NaCl structure how the chloride ion it is bigger in size. What is the reason? The negative charge. So it is in bigger in size because it attracts electrons, and sodium ion it is smaller in size. Similarly, ionization potential. Do you remember the definition? The energy required to remove an electron. And whereas electron affinity, the energy released, right? The energy released when an electron is added. These two are opposite. And electronegativity, just now we have seen electropositivity and electronegativity of atoms, metals and non-metals. The atoms of elements with low ionization energy and low electron affinity and high atomic size. So these, see here, with low ionization energy or ionization potential same, and low electron affinity and size will be more. But these three are low. Ionization potential is low and electron affinity is low and low electronegativity. But bigger in size, they form cations. Those are nothing but metals. Similarly, the atoms of elements with high ionization potential, high electron affinity and high electronegativity but smaller in size, those form anions. Those are nothing but non-metals. Okay. Let us in detail study about these factors. Those are atomic size, ionization potential, electron affinity and electronegativity. How these are affecting the formation of cation and anion in our next session. This is for today. Read the textbook and write the OT. Thank you.